had to, I had to, I had to get a little stuff. Wait, excuse me, my throat is a little parched. Let me take another sip.
You know we gotta get the tea. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. So just in case you guys want the merch, I'm gonna put the link down below. You can get your Cats Casting logo merch. That we have T-shirts, socks, mugs, all that good stuff. Sweaters. I know it's kind of hot right now, so we're not really thinking about sweaters.
Right.
But winter is coming soon,
yes.
and you guys are gonna want to get up on that stuff. Pretty soon.
Absolutely. I love my shirt. It's beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. If you notice, Snapple is here, but it is not sponsored the house. No. All right. But if you do want to sponsor Snapple,
right,
we right here.
We would be very happy.
Very happy.
Very happy grateful. If you did. We do have a sponsor today. You know the deal. We have to start it off right. So without our sponsors, we can't make this thing possible to you, and you. So we definitely have to take a big shout out to our people at J Money, Good Professionals.
Yes.
And if you guys have hair, check out J Money's Body Butter line. They have a mango butter and shea butter formula that's like no other. A smooth organic butter that no one ever thought to use with rich essential oils combined to create a mango line made for kings and queens. This light yet airy butter is effective on everyone's hair, nails, and skin. The shea butter is made from nuts with a smooth finish. And run over to Good Money Texture Professionals on Facebook or send a quick email at hustonjalil@gmail.com. J Money, hands you trust, products are a must. Do keep in mind, yes. I did mention it the last time, but I have to do it again. You can use both of these for head to toe. They can also be used for candles in emergency purposes, and they also are considered pest and bug repellent due to the essential oils that he uses in these products. So yes, please guys, go run over there. Make sure you show J Money some love. With yes. the little stickers. They do come with spoons, so you can scoop it out a little bit.
You don't have to use your.
You don't have to use your fingers. You can be a little running out for treats. right. You can do that. And whenever you make a purchase, you do get 10% off on your next purchase. Make sure that you send a little DM to him before you place the order. So definitely check that out. Make sure you guys spread some love and let us know. What's the deal?
Yeah, I think they smell amazing.
Yeah.
And it's really nice when it doesn't feel cakey or anything when you put it on your skin.
I got it on my skin right now.
So. Yeah, me too. So it really doesn't feel cakey or greasy. It's an amazing product. You guys go check it out and tell J Money we sent you here at Cats Casting.
Yes, he's such a sweetheart. So yes. Let him know that we sent some people over to you guys, and keep us posted.
Yes, most definitely. We got to take care of the sponsor of the house, you know what I'm saying?
we gotta show love, we have to show love. So today we're going to be talking about managing your career, how important it is.
Yes.
Whether you decide to do it on your own or get proper management so that you can boost your career to the next level. It's so very important. Right now we're still kind of in this rocky era where some people are starting to do shoots. Some studios are not allowing shoots to happen. But there's still ways that you can manage your career from online. So we're going to focus on that. Oh, shout out to J Money. He is right there in the
J Money.
So make sure you guys like his page and send some love and some hearts over there to him.
Yeah, send some love to J Money. He's over there on our Instagram. So all you guys on Instagram, please show him some love, give him some hearts. And contact him regarding his amazing product. So yeah, let's get to it, because I think that there's a lot going on in the industry and there's a lot of opportunity as far as managing your career, especially online. The internet can be a very powerful tool for your career, but always the number one rule, professionalism.
Yes. You definitely have to be very professional when you're online. You have to keep in mind that if you want to work with big companies don't want to get involved in messy situations.
Right.
As you can see what's going on with Hollywood and a bunch of other people, they're dropping people left, right, and sideways because of, you know, the shenanigans that they're doing. So you have to make sure that you're very professional, and you are not trying to tarnish your name or do anything crazy to get yourself to the next level, because it's not necessary. If you do the right steps and organize yourself, you will be able to push your career to a next level.
Absolutely. And it's something we talked about in our past few videos. If you haven't seen them yet, please go check them out on YouTube. You know, the way you present yourself is how people treat you. It is reciprocated across the board. And you guys know that the fashion industry is a word of mouth, picky place. So if you screw up with one person, it is more than likely that everybody is going to hear about it, and you will tarnish or damage your career. Yeah. And it won't lead you to much success on the internet, because guess what happens to people? They get trolled, they get blown up.
Yeah,
you know,
it's true.
I think a really important key is to do a self-assessment on who you are as a person, how you deal with people. This is key to managing your career. Right. Because if you have a really assertive and aggressive attitude, and you're dealing with somebody who does not have as much of an assertive attitude, it can really work backwards on you if you don't know how to interact with other people. And especially in an online situation, you know, texting back and forth, you cannot tell the emotions of a person. You don't know what kind of person they really are. So it's key to just be specific, but not too assertive. And doing a self-assessment is really a good idea in managing your own career, because you know what type of person you are and how to deal with other personalities that are out there. You know what I mean? There are tons of self-assessment tools out there that you can use, but I would absolutely definitely go with your interactions that you have had to date.
Right.
If you're not getting a positive reaction from the people around you, then it's more than likely that there is something going on that you're not being received by people across the board. And that shows a lack of professionalism if you don't attack these things straight on and head forward.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that was, I think that should be like number 2, assessing yourself, managing yourself first, because you can't manage your career if you don't manage yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And in this industry, that's what it's all about. We have to make sure that we are on the top of our game at all times. We are on our P's and on our Q's. You know, we talked about that in a previous video. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube.
Yes, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter. We're everywhere if you want to watch us. But definitely it is about managing and organizing and even assessing what you need to do to move forward. In any career that you do, if you don't take the time out to organize these things and try to figure out what angle you're going to use. For example, in the modeling industry, if you want to be a high fashion runway model, you have to be 5'9" and taller for a female, or 6 foot for a male, 6 foot and taller for a male, if you want to be a high fashion runway model. Yes, it's true. If you are shorter than that, it is possible for you to hit the runway being shorter than that. I am an example of it. I have hit high fashion New York City runways, but I had to build my way up to that. I had to do several shoots and campaigns, and print was easier for me to get into because it wasn't an issue on my size in print, because print is easier for you to fix your body and do the angles that you need to look differently in imagery. If you're walking a runway, it's a little hard. If you're 5'3" and everybody else is Amazonian, it does become a little distracting. But you have to understand that when you're managing and building your career, you have to take your time and look at your options and see how this is going to work for me. If your goal is to be like, I want to get on a runway, well, you still got to start here and do prints and then work your way up to that. You have to build the bond with the designer, and you have to be very professional. You can't just be I can't say this enough. I don't know how many times I've said this. Clean up your Instagram.
Yes.
Clean it
up. Yes.
Stop submitting yourself to these castings. Stop trying to contact these designers. If you got penis jokes on your Instagram, they're not gonna deal with you. Even if they down with the crown, right. You know what I mean? If they down with the crown, they still don't want to see that, because at the end of the day, there's a level of professionalism that they have to show somebody else. Because if they are like, oh, this designer is working with this model and this model acts like this, I don't know if I really want to work with them. I don't know if I'm going to allow this designer to be in my magazine. Speaking of that, hopefully next week we'll get confirmation. We'll have a magazine owner on here that we will be interviewing live. So you guys, stay tuned and keeping my fingers crossed that this person gets back to me. But right, this could be a big opportunity for you. But if your Instagram is dirty and your Facebook is dirty and they Google your name, because all your stuff is going to come up, trust and believe. If they have your email, they can find it through your email. If they have your Instagram, they can find it through your Instagram. It's so easy now on the interwebs to find out if you doing shady dealings, right? Just by a little mini Google search. So I can't express it enough. Please clean up your Instagrams. Please clean up your Facebooks. If you want to work with these people, they're going to look at that stuff and they're going to be like, wow, this person kind of like gets into too much of crazy stuff. Right. I don't know if I'm going to work with that person.
And we did say, what's the number one key? Professionalism. Yes. These people want to work with professionals, somebody who learns from things that are going on. They don't mind if it was your past, if you cleaned your stuff up and you're moving forward. Right. It's just like getting it on the runway. You can't get there if you haven't practiced. Right. You can't get there if you haven't done a few of them. You can't get there if you haven't taken the steps out to put the time into your own career so that people look at you with respect. Right. I definitely think that's a key, very important to update your social medias, not have any controversial topics. We do have a video posted on YouTube about that.
Hi, Tawana. How are you? Thank you for stopping by.
Yes. Hey, what's up, Tawana?
Tawana, I hope Tawana gets on the show. If Tawana is still watching, we need to talk.
Right.
Let's talk. If you guys don't know who Tawana is the CEO of Queen Size Magazine. She's a very important lady in this industry. She works with a full-figured fashion week. So, clean up your Instagram. Yes. Clean up your Facebooks. Please, I beg you. I'm begging you.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, every single week, somebody important in the industry drops by on one of our feeds. Right. And it's somebody that you can meet right there in the comments. But if they click on your page and they see that you don't have a level of professionalism in what you post, right, they're going to automatically assume that that's how you are in your daily life. Right. It is a reflection of you and what you do. So you have to be careful, because these people are dropping in on us. They're dropping in here. So you guys are not just getting tips from us, but you're getting interactions from people who've been in the industry 5, 10, 15 years. Yes. These people have connections across the board. This is how you do this. It's all word of mouth. It's all what you do. It's who you talk to, who you meet, and how you make those impressions. You know what I mean? That is so super key. And if you can't talk, if you can't make a good impression on somebody, the entire industry is going to know. And it leads back to that number one thing we mention in every video: professionalism. Yeah. Managing your career. Managing your career, professionalism should be one of your successes. Yes. Top priority.
It is. When you're working on a craft, especially if you have talent, it's important to be confident in who you are. Now, there's a difference between being confident and being cocky. Nobody likes a cocky person. But if you are definitely confident in your work, it is definitely a plus when you move forward, because magazines and photographers and people want to work with people who are willing and ready to either learn or to move forward or to, you know, put themselves out there to get where they need to go. Now, please don't take that the wrong way. Like I'm trying to say that you need to do some strange for a little piece of change. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you move forward. If there's a shoot in Long Island, you make yourself to Long Island.
Right.
I don't understand how if there's a shoot in Long Island and you live in Brooklyn, you're like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to make it. When I know girls who can fly from Ohio, I know girls who fly from Montana.
Right. How many castings did we have where we had people coming from Georgia, Las Vegas, California? They're coming across the country, but you won't take a 1-hour train ride. Shows your professionalism.
It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me.
We got a shout out on Instagram from Jessely LLC. I'm ready to work again. Can't wait for the virus to be over. Great advice. Thank you so much, Jessely.
Jessely, how are you? Yes, definitely. I'm just trying to contact a few studios. Some of them are trying to like gouge their prices, the ones that are open. And I'm just like, dang, I don't know, girl. That's a little lot for having a studio shoot. Because, I'm still the cosmetic company. I'm not gonna release the name. The cosmetic company that I'm working with right now is still waiting for me to produce that shoot. But until I find a studio, I can't really do much.
Jessely says she's a professional dancer.
Oh,
she's
nice.
a pro dancer. That is so awesome. You know that. Until the studios open up and we can get some good prices, check out our Instagram video on YouTube because it talks about some of the things you could do. Right now, as it stands, Jessely, this is good for you. They are looking at these amateur images. They want to see who you are in the meantime. This is how you guys are going to get the jobs coming up, even the digital jobs. They're going to see that you are taking these gorgeous amateur images wherever you go and showing who you are. You know, if you guys go into the search on Instagram and you type in modeling, you're going to see the most beautiful amateur images I've seen in the industry ever. I'm talking about, you would think that professionals take these pictures, but they don't. And the industry is watching this. I think this is key to managing your career. It might not be working out for us to be in the studio at this point, but it is definitely working out for people to see, yeah, you're working on your runway walk. Yeah, you're working on your posing. Yes, you are still out there looking for different destinations to take your pictures. You know what I'm saying? And this is super key. I say, Jessely, keep doing these things.
Right. And even you as a dancer, this is perfect because you could do, you know, you can use some outfits that you've had before and take pictures in your dance outfits, or even do a few short clips of dance videos and post them on Instagram.
Absolutely.
And use that to promote yourself. Like, this is an amazing opportunity.
Your Instagram is your social media platforms. That's why we say be professional. Your social media platforms is your resume.
Yeah.
It's your resume. It's the development of yourself, your character, your career over a period of time. So it's very important that you guys build your resumes, right?
Yep.
This is a building of you're a professional dancer. Let me see your videos. Post some new stuff in different places with different outfits. Something you enjoy doing. Doing dances you enjoy doing, a dance that you've created. I think that is so amazing if you can continue to show who you are while doing that. We got another comment on Instagram by Kachina. How do I sign up? The website is not working.
Send me a quick inbox. I know a few people have saying they have problems. Usually we ask for the social media to sign up. So just send me a quick inbox. Hey, listen, I tried to sign up, but the social media button was not working for me.
Absolutely.
We'll definitely talk about it and organize it out. So Lee Hutchins, hi girl, how you doing? She said, yep, I do whatever I can to get jobs and shoots. She's actually an amazing model from the UK. Sometimes she flies to the United States just to do a shoot. She is a bag of awesome.
Yes.
You guys just, check her out if you can. Her name is Lee Hutchins. But yeah, definitely, it's it's a part of the job that you have to do.
Keep yourself active and keep getting stuff done.
She does a lot of shoots. She does a lot of shows. Right at the moment, you know, we all really can't do much, but she does keep herself very, very busy. And I think it's an amazing thing. So keep it up, Lee. I'm so proud of you. Oh, so
yes,
awesome.
Lee. And you guys that are watching, if you, like we said in previous videos, if you're looking to work with a company or you're looking to work with people, maybe Lee has worked with them. Mm-hmm. Ask her questions, pick her brain.
Yeah.
This is an industry where you're going to bump into somebody that you knew or know, or they're going to introduce you to somebody that can further your career. This shows how much you care about your career. Mm-hmm. You know, we just said about 5 minutes ago, hey, people pop into our stream, right? And this is people you want to be talking to. Thank you so much, Lee. You are bomb.com.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, guys.
It is, and a lot of people don't realize traveling is key to this. It is true.
Yes.
Because when you actually get signed to an agency, the agency only gets work for that specific spot.
Yeah.
So usually what happens with models, they start their mother agency, which is usually where they live at. So if they live in Kentucky, their mother agency is in Kentucky. Kentucky finds them other agencies so they can grow. So, for example, a Kentucky mother agency might contact an agency in New York. It's going to contact an agency in LA. It's going to contact an agency in the UK. It's going to branch you out to Paris. And they're going to find you these things, but you got to be ready to travel because there's shoots everywhere.
Right.
People, when it's open, people are ready to shoot. They're ready to go. They're ready to listen. We got to shoot for this campaign. We got to edit it. We got to get it submitted by this time because by this certain amount, it's got to be out in the magazines, or it's got to be out to do promotions. It's got to be out for the campaign. It's got to be out before the runway hits. It's timing and organizing and making sure that you're on top of your game when you're moving forward. So one important thing when you want to become a model is get a passport. I know in the United States, it's not really like people can live their whole life without getting a passport. But if you're going to be in the modeling industry, you definitely have to have a passport.
Yes, absolutely.
That's like the first thing that you get.
Absolutely.
You definitely got to get it. But thank you, Lee. Thank you so much.
I mean, if your dream is to travel and make it into Paris Fashion Week, then I guess you should have the passport ready.
Right.
Because you never know who's going to see you or who you are going to meet. You have no idea. That's why it is important for you to manage yourself correctly, you know, because you never know at what point in time you may meet a person and how that may affect your career. You know what I'm saying? I think that's so awesome. We definitely need to look. That leads to the self-assessment and professionalism. Are you learning? Are you growing? Are you listening to the people who are giving you direction and showing you by example, especially people who've been in the industry for a long time? Take heed to what they're saying because they're the examples of what these designers, photographers, managing companies, all these places, they're looking at that level of professionalism. Have you developed over this time, or do I have to spend a lot of time to train you?
Right.
And that's when it kind of hurts you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to get the gigs that you want.
Right.
You know what I mean? Super dope. Thank you so much. Yo, guys. Thank you for Instagram. We're getting a lot of love on the Instagram.
Yes, we are.
Jesse LLC says, yes, I've been utilizing my iPhone. Do it.
Yeah. So your iPhone is like your new tool that helps you build whatever you need to build at the moment. It can be done for shoots. It can be done for so many different things, for video, especially if you have the iPhone 11. There is a pro version that does 3 different videos at once, which I think is super, super, super amazing. And you can use that opportunity to build yourself on Instagram, even YouTube, different things that you need to at the moment while you're waiting to move forward. Because like I talked about before, you could end up getting endorsements from other companies. Like they'll send you clothes and you could do a shoot at home, or you could do a shoot on the street, and it'll be quarantine cash while you wait for everything to open back up. So Lee says, there are days when I have to do 40 castings in London and then travel to Manchester to do them, and I might not get them but I go and then the next day I can do the same. So yeah, it's true. Definitely when you have those go-sees and Fashion Week is coming up, or your agency sends you out to these castings, it can get hectic. I don't know how crazy it gets over there in London, but here in New York, I just tell people to get your Metro cards ready, get an unlimited, or just have unlimited funds for those cabs, because honestly, usually when the castings for Fashion Week come up, it's like 10 castings in one area and they're like a few blocks away from each other, or you have to take a train station uptown to go downtown, and you have to be prepared for that though.
Yes.
You have to be ready with your portfolio, your comp cards, your shoes, everything needs to be organized. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy during Fashion Week times, especially here in New York, because New York, it's not just Fashion Week. We have Fashion Week, Couture Week, Bridal. Like in September, the main Fashion Week for New York, it's completely insane. And I feel bad because I know a couple of people who run production companies, and when they ask me, "Hey, listen, are you going to come to my show this year?" I'm like, "Listen, I'm already booked for this show. I know it's messed up, but you're my friend, and I love you, and I care about what you're doing. But right now, I need to do this because I'm booked for this show." And there's like tons of shows everywhere that you can get into, everything from petite to plus to all of that. So it always happens, and it's so chaotic.
Lee mentioned something really important. She goes, "I might not make it to all of them, but I show up, and I even go the next day."
Right.
This is recognized by these designers. It's recognized by these companies. It's recognized by the photographers. And they're going to say, "Well, you know what? Here, I want you at my next shoot. You made it here."
Right.
Because there are 20, 30, 40, thousands of other people that didn't even show up.
Right.
Didn't even make an attempt. It's too far. You know what I mean? There's too many. Well, that was the opportunity for her to be looked at and said, "Hey, I want to use you for my next shoot, my next magazine cover, my next runway." It's that simple. It shows how dedicated you are to your career. You know what I mean? And I think Lee is a great example. So thank you so much, Lee, for sharing your experience on the stream, because it shows somebody who wants to properly manage their career. What kind of dedication do you have to your career and your craft?
Right.
You know what I mean?
You definitely have to be on top of, if you're serious about it, if you want to make it a career. If it's something that you just want to test the waters and try out, then that's something totally different. But there's a lot of people who want to actually get into the modeling industry, and they're actually worried about getting into it even in these times. But I think that this is the time.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I think this is the time for you to actually just jump in, just do it. You got to do it. Don't be afraid to show your talent and express yourself. I always say practice, 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 because practicing is the most important thing that you have to do to move forward. But just go for it. I'm there. I'm with you guys. Trust me, there has been times where people have kicked me out of castings. I've been there, okay? But it's the fact that I came. And the crazy thing is, the person who kicked me out of the casting actually contacted me the next day because they found out who I was. I was like, "Hey, I was wondering if you can work on a casting for me." And I was like, "Listen, that day is actually kind of busy. Is there another day you can do it and work out with me?"
How things work out.
Yeah, like it was completely crazy, but it was amazing. One day I'll talk about it on my story time on YouTube, but for right now, I'll just keep it the way it is. But it's so important, because if you want to move forward, you got to make the right decisions, and you got to make sure that even when you're in a situation where you're upset, or somebody throws you out of casting, or they're like, "No, I don't want to work with you," or this and that,
dust yourself off.
You just still act professional, because you don't know who's watching.
Right.
You have no idea who's watching.
Nope.
And that person that is watching the whole thing could be like, "You know what? I really like that person. Can you call that person back and see if they could work with us, so we can, work together on this shoot instead of this show?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bring your opportunities. Don't push them away. You know what I mean? And that shows your level of professionalism, how well you're willing to manage yourself so that your career is managed properly. You know what I mean? Those are some super keys. In this industry, it seems difficult, but it ain't really that difficult. this is the time, we both agree, I think this is a great time for people to jump in the industry, a great time for them to show their talent, that they're learning from experienced people. Like I said, right now on social media, there are more amateur photos being posted than ever before. Even a lot of more photographers are it's hard for them because they cannot take amateur level photos because people have such great phones. They're taking these amateur photos and a lot of people are looking at this. You don't know how many casting directors go and type in the word modeling into Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, and you posted that as a hashtag, and they're looking at your photos that you took with your LG or your iPhone or Samsung or whatever phone you have, and they're like, wow, this person can take great pictures.
Right.
Your resume is right there on your social media platforms. So if you guys want to jump in the industry, do not be afraid. Get bold. Jump out there.
Right.
Learn from people that are out there.
Yes.
Lee just gave us some tips. You know what I mean? And you never know who you can meet. We had somebody come from a magazine, and I hope that we can get them on the show soon because those would be some super duper tips, even if it's a story time, because she has so much experience on some of the things that gone out there, good and bad, things that have happened. And you know what? She is a success. You can turn your instances where you were knocked down, you dust yourself off, and you turn that into a success. Because people are watching. That's your resume. What's happening around you is your resume. And the fashion industry reminds you every time who you actually are.
Right. They will. Some people are shady the house. And they'll be like, okay. But you have to be on top of your career.
Yes.
It's a little easier when you do have a manager because your manager will just yell at you and tell you what you need to do. But when you're managing your career by yourself, you have to take a step back and realize, you know what, is this a decision that I want to make? Is my goal to be in that magazine or to be in that magazine? You have to figure out your path and where you want to go. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a glamour model or a video vixen or whatever. If that's your goal to be it, work on it so that you get paid the right amount of money. Have your manager or negotiate your contracts before you go to your shoots or shows, and make sure that it's on a positive level, because sometimes that side of the industry is very dark. And I think I'm gonna have a separate live about that because it's pretty sad. There's some videos that I've been into, and a lot of the girls on set were just like, I'm not getting paid for this, blah, blah, blah. And I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't argue, because most of the time, if I'm going to be on a video shoot, I'm going to get paid for it. I'm not going to be there for free and be there for 15, 20 hours, not get paid, and expect me to be on the top of the line. But, you have to be on top of that stuff.
You got to know your worth.
Right.
If you're going to give your time to someone, you have to know your worth.
Right.
Know what you're worth to these companies.
Right.
Don't just give away your time and you're worth more than that. Right.
But if you are learning, that's something different.
Right.
Don't think that you're just going to jump into this and you haven't practiced, or you haven't had any experience with local boutiques, or you haven't had experience with local designers, that somebody's going to pay you top dollar because you're just like, well, I'm a model now.
Right. Doesn't work that way.
That's not what I'm saying. Don't take my words and toss it. Don't do that.
But you still should know your worth. Know what you are worth. If you're in a training position, you're in a training position. If you're not and you're moving up the ladder, you got to know what you should be receiving. That's managing your career properly. Guys, we're giving you tools. You know what?
I'm gonna start charging y'all. Kidding.
Statistically, they say that people who get tips for free never listen. But when you charge them $5,000, they start listening. Right. Listen, guys. Listen to these keys and tools. Right. This is gonna further your career at this point. Because we all need a place to start at. And even if you're not just starting, even if this is the peak of your career or the middle of your career, we can all learn something from each other,
Yeah.
you know? And you should set those goals while you're developing.
Right.
Set those goals. Hey, I want to be on a runway by next season.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing to get on that runway? Are you taking some of the tips from this video and
Right.
saying, hey, I'm going to get myself on that runway next year.
Right.
Hey, I'm going to talk to Lee and ask her some questions.
Right.
Hey, I'm going to talk to a couple of other people that I've seen doing runway, or a couple of other people that I've seen doing print, and I'm going to make it my own so that I can properly manage my career. Is my resume out there? Am I putting it out there?
Right.
Because your resume is out there for everybody to see. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And don't think because you have 500,000 followers that you have the best resume in the world.
No, that doesn't mean anything.
Means nothing.
As you can see what's happening to Shane Dawson and the rest of them.
Right.
That don't mean nothing. Poor thing.
Right.
Poor thing.
So it's, be careful on what you do and what you post, you know. But this is how you're going to get ahead.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time right now for everybody in waiting to see, hey, I'm working on my career.
Yeah.
I think somebody posted a comment that I can't see over here.
All right, hold on. We're trying to see the comment. Hi, everybody in Facebook land. I'm going to check out your comments over here.
K Slay All Day said, I'm just starting. I'm old as dirt. I need help. Laugh my butt off.
Well, the funny thing is, the industry is so up and down. We have models that are like in their 60s and 70s and even 80s and 90s. It's just a matter of you just focusing on it and finding the right manager and agent to move forward.
Age, size, height, weight means nothing. You get in where you fit in.
This is the perfect time to be in the industry right now. There's so many opportunities. It doesn't even matter your age. If this was like back in the 90s or the early 2000s, I would definitely say that your career would be over.
K Slay says, I'm not that old though. But that's okay. It was, she said I'm 35. Well, I'll tell you, at 35, 10 years ago, you would have been too old.
You still would have been too old. They would have kicked you out.
That's right.
You would have made no jobs. The agencies would hire you as getting the girls to
teaching them stuff.
Yeah,
right.
They would actually just not be. But now there are agencies where they work with girls who are
any size, any
who are
age.
older. It's just a matter of finding the agency and looking for what they're looking for.
K Slay, you're amazing. Thank you so much for the comment.
Yes, we love you. Lee also said managers and agencies are there to protect you and ask the questions you might not want to ask, like pay and safety and who are you working with. Absolutely. I always say that all the time. It's just a matter of finding the right agency and management team that works for you. Managements and agencies need to work together to make sure that your career is built. If you don't want to do it by yourself, because it's a lot harder if you do it by yourself, then you have to find the right people for you, and you have to find the right people that work for you. Just because one agency or one management team works for this person doesn't necessarily mean they're going to give you the same love and energy from there. So you got to work and find who you need to work with you and your needs. I love my agents. They have educated me and told me a lot and learned how to keep myself very safe. It's true. A lot of times people just go on the internet and they just apply to castings and don't even pay attention to the time of the casting, the location of the casting, who's worked with them, what agency they're working for. They don't even look at that stuff. A quick little Google search of the company or
a little map on where it's going to be.
Right. It'll help you a whole
It could be shading the house.
Mm-hmm.
And we have seen instances where that is the case. You don't want to be in that position.
Right.
Your life is not worth that gig.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially in a learning stage where you're not getting paid for this, you know, you have no idea what's going to happen to you. Your life is not worth a gig.
Right.
There's no amount of money that's worth your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take that into account, that if you want to manage yourself properly, manage your life. Get your life. All right.
I say this all the time. Google is your friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's your friend. It is your friend. Google will tell you everything. Google will even tell you everything about me. Make sure you go to catscastings.com if you want to submit. It's Katherin at catscastings.com. You know, I don't hide anything. I'm an open book.
Yes.
I just be careful if you follow me on Facebook. That's all I say.
Right. Real in
Be
the
careful.
field. Yes.
I love
real
all of
in
you,
the
but I'm just
field.
saying, be careful.
Yes.
Because I'm a little crazy.
And if you guys need a consultation,
Mm-hmm.
contact us.
Yes.
It will help you out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll show you what to do.
Right.
You know, send us an inbox, send us an email.
We don't have to necessarily manage you
Right.
in like a contract, a year-to-year contract. Right now, what we're doing is what's called a one-off contract, where we either get you one gig or one job, or we just sit down for a consultation to see how you're working out and how you can build and move your career forward. But you know, these opportunities are out there. I believe that everyone can get it together and do what they have to do. Like, my mission is discovering great talent. The talent is already in you. I see the talent in you. It's just a matter of managing your talent and understanding what direction you need to go in to push your talent to go. That's all I'm trying to do here.
That's right.
Move you forward and make sure you're making the right decision. Then send you on your way.
That's right. Are you taking advantage of your opportunities?
And then make sure you invite me to your show so I can be like, I know her.
That's my baby.
I know that. Oh my gosh. Don't forget about me when you get your famous.
Yes, yes, yes. And you know, every person is proud of their work.
Mm-hmm.
And as a manager at Kat's Castings, to see someone successful in their career is something that gives me a lot of joy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very happy to see that you have made it to your goals, to see that you have worked hard and accomplished the things that you wanted to accomplish. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's all up to you. Because if we see the talent and you don't work for it, well, then we're working against the grain. Right. You know what I mean? But if you work hard and you set your goals in stone and you keep moving up and learning, well, you're going to be successful. And I've seen a lot of success stories over the years. And I'll tell you honestly, I really didn't have a big background in fashion. I didn't know that much. I just knew what I liked. And I didn't even know that was considered as fashion, because Kat used to call me a fashion no-no. But I thought I was a fashion yes. And you know what? When I was going out to the shows, you know, I was a fashion yes for some people. Right. But I learned a lot about the industry and the talents that I did have. I got in where I fit in. I might not have been the person to be on the runway, but I was the person to help you get on the runway. Right. So for me, that's how I got into the industry of fashion and where I fit into that. You know what I mean? And everybody has a place. Just like Kay Slay said on Instagram, you know, age doesn't make a difference anymore, right?
Nope.
No, it doesn't. But even if it makes a difference for you, get in where you fit in.
It's the professionalism, how you manage your time, and pushing forward.
Absolutely.
You could do it. You definitely could.
What's the name of that lady? Is it Batty Winkles?
Yeah, Batty Winkles. That's right. Been stealing your man since what, 1942?
That's right. Go check out Batty Winkles. She is the oldest
adorable
model in the industry.
Right.
She's still modeling today. Batty Winkles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't suggest doing her type of modeling, but she's been around a very long time, and she's been successful in her career, and she
actually started very late. She started a few years ago, probably like 6 or 7 years ago.
Which is interesting.
So she was already like in her 70s and 80s.
Look at that.
And then started her career. So she started that late. So it's just a matter of managing your time, your goals, your energy, figuring out where you want to go and going straight for it. But remember, you need practice, organization, patience, and if you know that you're the type of person that needs guidance, do not be afraid to look for an agent. Do not be afraid to look for a manager. But remember, you have to find one that's right for you. Right. You have to let these people know, hey, listen, I want to test you out for a couple of months. If I like what you're doing, then I'm going to stay. If I don't like what you're doing, I'm out.
Be active in your career.
We have to work together. And if we're not here to work together, I don't know.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
But beautiful people, you know, I loved our time together. If you guys want to become a sponsor, you definitely send us an email. That's the link to send us the emails at to become a sponsor. If you guys have any questions, make sure, you place it down below. But, we got to get out of here soon.
Right.
So
don't forget to send us an inbox if you need some help, if you need a consultation, if you're having problems with the website, send us a DM. We're more than willing, and we're right here. We want to see you succeed just like you guys want to succeed.
Right.
So check out our YouTube channel, and we have story times coming up. Kat has some really great story times, and I think you guys are going to learn from those situations. Some are positive, some are negative.
Yeah.
But it makes us who we are today.
That's right.
Check out our merch. Don't forget, click the link. And
the merch in the store, the casting store. I'll definitely place a link after this so you guys can check that out. If you have questions, don't be afraid. Practice, practice, practice. It's so important. Even if it's in the mirror and you're using your iPhone and you're like, oh my gosh, let me elongate my neck. Let me suck it in. Let me push back. It's the time. You got to do it. And make sure you run over to J Money Good Money Professionals and get yourself some body butter, because you have to. This stuff is good. Look at my skin. Look at my skin. But we got to get out of here. I love you guys so much. And until next week, hopefully that magazine person does get back to us. If not, we'll find something.
That's right.
Right.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you so much.